We are at 23rd and State Street on Chicago's near South Side. This is 23rd Place at Southbridge, a new 12-story, 141-foot mixed-use tower, a CHA Master Development Plan. This is a public-private partnership to bring housing back to land that used to house old public housing that was built in the 1950s. Harold L. Ickes Homes, 11 nine-story public housing towers, stood here until they were demolished between 2009 and 2011. Now we have some scale transition happening in the neighborhood, a step down from the density of those old public housing towers. They were monolithic slabs stretching hundreds of feet horizontally. Now we have a much tighter, slender footprint, and to go along with the previous two buildings that were built here in 2022. This will add retail to the neighborhood and give it real life that those old public housing towers didn't have. But this is a job that is employing so many construction workers here. I actually talked to one of the iron workers here. I have connected with him on YouTube here, and he heard that there was a drone in the air, and he just came down to the street because he knew it was me, and I got to shake this guy's hand. JFlight is his handle on YouTube, but I got to see him in action as they were loading steel to be lifted to the top of this building. So yes, I feel pretty connected here just because I have personal contacts here now, but I am just so blown away by the construction work done in Chicago. All of these workers take so much pride, and then everyone on the outside has to take a lot of pride knowing that they are making union wages. These are great jobs in the city of Chicago. They build some beautiful buildings. And yes, I talked to somebody today that was working in the field, and they also would like to see something else besides just steel and glass. So, steel and glass is what we have these days. This will have some of that, of course. Um, Now, this one is actually, you can see that there is a beautiful poured concrete floors here. This is not a steel skeleton like every other tower out there, but here are the first buildings built on this site to replace the old public housing towers. They are 6 stories tall. This new building is 12 stories tall. That puts them in the range of a mid rise. So, a lot of people would look at this and say low rise versus mid rise, but no, all mid rise. And this shot is to show you that L train that is going into that Cermak station. This is a transit oriented design, so there are not as many parking spaces in this that they used to build. This is purposely trying to get people out of cars and onto public transit. Chicago has one of the best transit systems in the country, and we want to get more people on that so we don't have as many cars because the streets are jam packed now, and it's hard for me to imagine what it would be like if everyone in the city owned a car. I get around on public transportation without a car, and it's honestly a pretty great way to move around the city. You can just get anywhere with ease. Now, here, that's looking down on those three buildings, this new tower and those two buildings that are already built. But yes, this is huge for the city of Chicago because of the history here with those old public housing towers. This was part of the State Street corridor, and those got demolished and sat empty for well over a decade. So this is really making good on the promise, and this building will have some of those old CHA residents coming back to live here. There will be part that, part affordable housing, and 50% market rate. So, this is a development to really put these pieces together to see if we can get everyone living cohesively and in peace. And everyone should have a lot of hope for this project, because there will be plenty of people out there that look down upon this because it has that affordable and then those old CHA residents. But we should all be hopeful that this works, because this is not something that has been tried a lot of times in Chicago, and we need everyone to live in peace and harmony. So, Chicago is such a beautiful city. Let's hope that this development is the right direction so we can house everyone and everyone can live